We just talked about the PS5 Pro. Now we're talking about the Xbox handheld. I don't know why I said it like that. We're
I
talking about
don't.
the Xbox handheld. We had this discussion of Xbox and PlayStation. Should Xbox continue to make things or are they kind of dying? I think what Xbox is doing is very smart, to be honest. You know why?
Why?
I don't know.
I
I just
agree
want to see your
with
thoughts.
you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think it's very smart, but I think my reasoning behind it you're not gonna like.
I think why they're doing it is they're not trying to compete on the console realm, like the console aspect. I think they're trying to make it that Xbox can be available everywhere and anywhere. As they base off their like current marketing campaign. Like have you seen that? It's like a image of like Xbox Game Pass on a laptop, on your phone, on like random devices, and I think that's what they're going for, if that makes sense.
I think this is confirmation to me that the Xbox is dead.
I wonder if they're not going to release a Pro. I don't think they're going to release a Pro
No,
Xbox.
they're not gonna release. No.
Yeah, I think part of that is one, this Xbox console or handheld, there's not much on it yet. They said it's years down the line, and I think they're not releasing a Pro because of the focus on the cloud gaming and being able to play your Xbox games anywhere on the computer. The fact that everything is becoming more mobile and you can play it anywhere. But I also think that they realize that they're losing the console battle. Like you talked about this, that Microsoft like is losing the specific console battle. Like PlayStation has sold them millions to one, basically. Maybe not that much, but you know what I mean. A lot of copies to one. Where I think that they're trying to look at, because the Switch 2 is coming out, not a very strong console. And if they look at the success of the Switch 2, I think the handheld's going to come after the Xbox handheld is going to come after Switch 2.
I'm looking at Xbox and I'm looking at Microsoft as a whole, as going kind of the way that I thought it would go and the way that I thought that they should go because they are losing the console battle. I think Microsoft is going all PC. I think they have kind of decided in their brains that, like you said, they're not going to win the console war. And a lot of the Xbox gamers have moved to PC anyway. And I think that's what they're doing. I think we're going to see a total elimination of the Xbox. All of the games will be Game Pass on PC. And I really think that this handheld console that they're coming out with isn't even direct competition to the Switch. It is competition to the Switch, but I think what it's more competition to is a Steam Deck. That's what I think they're doing. I think they're really switching over into only focusing on PC, like not strict PC gamers, but like strict Steam people. Where I think that's their target audience right now. People that play games on their PC and also want to have that Steam Deck to play them on the go. I think Xbox is like they've shifted their interest in competition from Sony to Steam.
That makes much more sense. And I wonder if they're going to have it more like a gaming PC, like how Steam, you can put Xbox Game Pass on it. You can put Ubisoft and EA and things like that. I wonder if they're going to gear it more, like you said, maybe I was wrong saying that they're going to see what the Switch does, but yeah, maybe they're seeing what the next generation of handheld PCs are going to be and what the Xbox can take and learn from that and make it an Xbox handheld PC, not so much a handheld console.
Right. And I think the reason behind it, and I think it's really smart of them, and honestly, I think that they can do it better because Xbox has okay, a handheld is a handheld, but it's still in its base, in its essentially it is a console. You know what I mean? And they obviously have the track record and the knowledge of like what to do with a console. Steam doesn't. Steam just kind of like I, here you go. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Xbox is going to be able to do it not only make one that's better, but they're going to be able to make one that's better and cheaper.
Or they'll be able to have different models. They'll have the capability of making different models, like how the Xbox Series X is like the flagship Xbox, and the
Right.
Xbox Series S is just to have affordable option.
Right.
So that I wonder if that's the route they're going to do. They're going to have their Xbox H for handheld.
That I like that idea. You should patent that.
Yeah, Xbox H Pro versus non-pro. I
Yeah,
don't know.
and
HS.
I will say, if you can port this thing to a TV, if you can port this thing to an external monitor, like they're saying you're going to be able to, I would need to see it first. But like, if you can port it to a monitor, like you kind of switch, um, rip Xbox. Like, there's no need for it anymore because if this handheld is strong enough to play all these games Xbox quality, and you can port it to a TV and you can take it on the go, there's no need. There's no need for an Xbox, and I think the Xbox is dead.
Again, there's not much on it right now, and I really like how you geared the conversation to focus more on the PC rather than the Switch, because I think the Switch isn't trying to compete with like the other consoles. They want to release their Nintendo games, and the people that want to play the Nintendo games are going to buy it. I don't think they're trying to like, we want to be better than Xbox, we want to be better than PlayStation. So bringing the conversation to more of that PC focus and the handheld gaming PC in general, like, because they have the ROG Ally, the MSI Claw, they have the thing I bought but took back, the Legion Go. And the problem with those is like, yeah, they're good, but one, they're extremely overpriced right now. Yeah. Um, the battery life on all of them are very poor. The Steam Deck got a lot better with their OLED one. Um, and just the capabilities of them right now are just kind of not that great. Like yeah, storage options, all. So like you said, I think what Xbox is going to do is they're going to wait for the release of the next generation of handheld PCs, like the let's say the ROG Ally 2, the Legion Go 2. They're going to see what the market does, what they can learn from it, and that's when we'll start to see more information on the Xbox handheld and how they're going to do that. But I just think the way Xbox is moving, like you said, it's the PC, but just the aspect of the access everywhere. Like you can play it on your phone. Like I could literally play Call of Duty on my phone right now off of Game Pass. You know what I mean? So like that's really cool. Same thing with like I think the cloud is what's going to be selling the Xbox handheld, and just the fact of having, I will say though, if they do it how there's this remember the Logitech had this Logitech Cloud or something like that? It was like only cloud-based gaming. That thing like died pretty quick and then like shut down. So it can't be cloud only. I think that's what would kill this, is if they try to make it cloud only.
It can't be cloud only, but like honestly, I don't want to say it's easy, but I don't think Xbox needs to do a ton of work here. Like they literally just all they need to do is find the best handheld, find the best second generation handheld, make it equal or better, and undercut it $100, which they will easily be able to do because they've been in console manufacturing forever. They know how to get these parts, these chips, and they know how to build, a good casing that's cheap. Like they're going to be able to make something just as good that's an affordable option. And I think honestly, just more people trust it. Like I like if I didn't know diddly about handhelds, right? I was just buying a handheld because I wanted a handheld. Do I want an Xbox, a company that I've known for 30 something odd years, or do I want a Steam Deck? Some random, you know what I mean? Like,
And never bought a game on Steam, things like that. Yeah. And that they don't even have a real console aside from that. So
right, they don't have anything. There's nothing for me to compare their work to,
interesting.
you know? It's
And
a very, very interesting argument.
you know what's also kind of interesting? I wonder if like the Steam Deck and the Switch have like the same manufacturers, because like when Steam or when Switch released their OLED screen, Steam did shortly after too.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like just the capabilities of the two were similar in a sense. But I don't know. That was just kind of a random thought I had. But it's also funny to see that handhelds are making more of a comeback. It's kind of like a cycle, kind of like the 90s, the 90s are coming back, but like handhelds were huge for a good span and then they all kind of died off. And now we're seeing like handhelds kind of come back again. You think that's is it just like a cycle of life where handhelds are going to be big again and then die off, or do you think that this is the future of gaming and everything's going to be more mobile?
I don't know. I do think that they're gonna probably die off again. Not die off, but definitely cool down. You know what I mean? Like I feel like handhelds always kind of do this. There's a new handheld that comes out and everybody gets super high on it, and then like you never hear about the handhelds anymore. You know what I mean? And like, because if you even look at the Switch, like 90% of the people that I know have a Switch never take it anywhere. It just sits on the dock, hooked up to the TV anyway. Like it might as well just be a console.
I think this is leaning more towards the future of gaming though, just based off of how you can have access to any game anywhere now.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Especially if it has the docking like ability.
yeah, like I
Yeah.
don't discredit the ability to do so. I
Mhm.
just think I don't know. If you really look back at the history, there's one handheld that's really stood the test of time, and it's the Game Boy. Everything else besides that, you look at the Game Gear, you look at the PS Vita, you look at the Nintendo DS. Like if you just look at all of these handhelds, they go through waves. People care about them, and then they don't. You know what I mean? It's not because no matter what you want to do, no matter how popular mobile gaming becomes and convenience and taking your games and stuff like that, it's not a staple of gaming. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't fit in the realm of like owning a gaming PC, owning a console version PS5. Like it just I don't know. It's almost like a when it comes to gaming, it's not a necessity. You know what I mean? And I think as long as it's not as a necessity, you won't get enough people behind it to really keep the train rolling for as long as I think they want to keep the train rolling for. Right. But I mean, I don't think it's going to fail by any means. I think it's going to be cool. I think people are going to love it. I just, you know, give it 2 years, after launch. If I had to bet my bottom dollar on where they're making the most money, they're still making the money from PC gamers. Yeah, they're not making money. Like this handheld is not going to take it's not going to become like Microsoft's flagship thing. You know what I mean? Like the bread and butter's still coming from the console gamers, like the PC gamers that are hanging at home playing games.
I like handhelds just because of the fact that you travel for work and I'm on a bus, and so that's why I'm intrigued by these kinds of things.
So
But
you're the perfect person for
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Although I hate when my student athletes are looking over my shoulder. What game are you playing? It's like, leave me alone. Gosh dang. I'll talk to you after we get off the bus, after I kill these people and lost crown. Like, leave me alone.
You got a bad Santa. I'm
Yeah.
on my lunch break.